Today we'll now be doing question 3 of 2020. So we now have a cubic equation. What are the values of a and b? So let's set y equals to 0. We are going to set y equals to 0. Why? Because then we will find the x-intercept. So set y equals to 0. Then this means that x cubed minus x equals to 0. This also means that x plus 1, x minus 1 equals to 0. So this means x equals to minus 1, 0, or 1. So by completing the square, otherwise find the value of theta. So what are we going to do? So by completing the square, we need to find a minimum. So y squared minus y equals to y minus half squared minus a quarter. Explain why the curve is symmetric around the line y equals to theta. So this means y minus half squared minus a quarter equals to x cubed minus x. So y equals to the square root of x cubed minus x plus a quarter. Don't forget the plus minus. So we write a plus minus here. Plus half. So if we just discount the half bit altogether, this means that negative x and positive x will be treated equally. So find a cubic equation in x which has roots alpha, beta, gamma. So set y equals to half. Yep. So we set y equals to half. Half cubed minus half equals to x cubed minus x. This means that this bit is actually a quarter, so a quarter equals to x cubed minus x. And so x cubed minus x plus a quarter equals to 0. Oh, I forgot a minus sign actually, and this should be a square. So at alpha, beta, and gamma are roots of this cubic. So find, by consuming the factorization, find the value of alpha plus beta plus gamma. In further math, we learn about this roots of polynomials thing, and we have to use Vieta's formulae. This basically means that one of their Vieta's magic formulae is that alpha plus beta plus gamma equals to negative b over a equals to negative 1 over 1 equals to 1. Then let's denote the circle which has the points alpha, delta, and beta, delta as ends on a diameter. Write down the equation of C. So x minus a plus alpha plus beta over 2 squared plus y minus half squared equals to beta minus alpha over 2 squared. And so C and S intersect when 1/4 plus x cubed minus x minus the r squared, beta minus alpha over 2 squared plus x minus alpha plus beta over 2 squared equals to 0. There. So alpha and beta actually satisfy this. And the third root is zeta. Let's call it zeta. You can call it phi, you can call it delta, you can call it xi or whatever. But this means alpha plus beta plus zeta equals to minus 1. Therefore, zeta equals to gamma minus 1. There, we are done. That was quick. And by the way, you want to learn more about cubics, you can always visit Pure Mathematics by Bostock and Chandler, which have a very useful chapter on curves. And actually, there is a section about cubics. Well, see you in the MAT video!